Hello, my friends. Lorrie here. Welcome back to my world, or welcome to my world if it's your first time here. Today is another gardening day, so it is going to be an update on my Survival Seeds 2025 garden and my weird container gardening. So let's just dive right in. Here's the backyard. It's the end of April, and we will go take a closer look. Well, my tomatoes have been sitting out here for, I don't know, about a week now, and I think they're getting pretty used to the sun, and I'm going to go ahead and get them planted. Now, I'm going to tell you just a couple of tricks that I use when I'm planting my tomatoes. One is to dig a really deep hole. Now that's going to get even deeper than what it is. And then I drop a whole egg. I drop a whole egg down into the bottom and crack it and leave it there. And then with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip off all of these little leaves and a couple of these branches up to about here, and I'm going to trellis it down. You can see I've got kind of a ditch dug there. Oh, there's a worm. Where is it? Where's the camera? I can't tell if you can see it or not. Oh, there's the camera. You should be able to see it. I don't know. It's hard to tell looking through here, if you can see it or not, but yep, there's a great big worm right there. Anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do today, is plant this. Now, I amended these beds just a few minutes ago with some bat guano and some worm castings, but look at my beautiful soil that I've been building, I guess for the last 5 years since I got these beds. So, yeah. And there's the front of the house. Nothing is coming up. I actually haven't planted anything else in these two green beds, although there are a couple of things that I let come up. Not sure exactly what this is, and I'm not sure what this is, but it's kind of interesting, so I'm letting it grow. I did plant some wildflowers into this bed. I'm not seeing anything yet. I better get out here today and give it a soak. Maybe I'll do that when I finish taking the video. And then in here, things are just coming back. I don't really even know. That's my mallow there, and I'd have to go and look to see what these are. Look at my tulips came back, even though the deer destroyed them the one time. And then these are all my daffodils that are all done. These, I believe, are going to become beautiful flowers. I think they have nice purple flowers. So there's another one down at the end there that's the same thing. So I don't know, guess I'll come out here later. These, I'm not sure what they are. Some kind of wildflower that I put in here. I need to come out with I did some of my plants to see what they were, but I didn't come out front. And then look at, I've got straw. I've got straw growing. It's from the hay I put out a couple of years ago. There's another bunch of those little frondy things, and behind that is a coneflower. So yeah, that's what's going on here. My other mallow, I don't know, it looks like it's starting to come back. Let's see if you can see that little bit of green there. Right there. So I don't know, I'm going to leave it. We'll see. It's looking pretty rough though. And what's over here? Oh, our dahlias are starting to come up. These are our double, I don't know what they're actually called, narcissism or something. They're like a daffodil, but not. They're like a double daffodil. And then there's this crap that grows everywhere. Blue bonnet, I think it's called. My dahlias. That's full of weeds. More daffodils, more dahlias, a couple of roses in here. More of that bluebell crap. And here's my yellow rose. And you can see I haven't come and cleaned this out either. But it should have, I don't know if it'll just have the bluebells coming up here. Looks like there's some calendula coming up here. So we'll see. But you can see this stuff is full of that blue bonnet crap. I don't know. I might keep it cut back this year. I can't get rid of it. I don't know how I would get rid of it. And then there's this little miniature rose that's quite big. And I think that some of the yarrow I planted last year is actually coming up, because that looks like yarrow. And there's one in here that looks like yarrow. A couple here that look like yarrow. So maybe. I don't know. And a couple other weeds back there. Man, this blue bonnet is crazy. Mint. Eh. So in here, I haven't planted anything. I've just decided to see what comes up this year. And you can see there's a whole bunch of grass coming up. Not so great. There are some lilies in here. I've got this rose that I need to bring something out and get it growing back up. It's just kind of spreading all over the place. I don't want to let it get too long. Hopefully it flowers this year. It hasn't flowered, but I've been cutting it back to nothing every year. But yeah, it'd be nice to see it flower. I need to come out and do some more training of the leaves and stuff and trim it down a bit. I don't know. We'll see. All right, it's time for me to come and whack that sage back, at least all that dry and dead stuff on it. Maybe once it gets into the shade today, I'll come and sit out here and start hacking away at it. The thyme, of course, is growing like crazy. You can see there's my little sign in there that I stuck in there when I trimmed it last. Again, I have straw growing out of the grass. Oregano, and look, it's trying to spread here. I should probably take, this is a little blueberry bush. I don't know, maybe I should move it out of here. I've got one in there in all the lamb's ear too. Little blueberry bush. Not quite old enough to start producing yet, but anyway, rosemary, lilacs. Oh, look, got flowers. We've got flowers. Or we will have any minute now. I need to come and cut all these dead lavender branches off. Or just rip them off. Whatever. There's the white lilac. Oh, and look, it's going to flower in a day or two as well. Beauty. Oh, look, and it's covered in flowers. Look at them all. So much healthier since we trimmed it back last year. It looks so much better. There is the catnip. It looks like it needs some water. Oh yeah, it's definitely catnip. Got a little rose here coming back. What else do we got? Now there's the apple tree, of course. I'm not seeing anything that looks like a flower or a bloom yet. And the other apple trees in the neighborhood are already flowering, so pretty sure we're not gonna get flowers or fruit off of here again this year. That's what happens when you grow it from seed. It's only, I think it's 6 years old this year. And I started it from a seed from an apple. I hope to be here long enough to taste it, but that might not happen. Look at my lemon balm. My goodness. It is ready to be trimmed for sure. Make some beautiful hot tea with that. Garlic is looking pretty pathetic. It's because I haven't put any food in here. I haven't dug out all these weeds. Yeah. Poor thing. I also haven't watered it at all. Probably should do that one of these days. Maybe I'll take a picture. Look, we've got asparagus. Ta-da! Looks like all four. Oh, here, let's move that. Looks like all four of my plants are starting to put out some asparagus. So, yay! A couple of peas I had that showed up. Well, I planted them, but there's only a couple, 4 out of the ones I planted that showed up. Some of my walking onions. Oh my gosh, look at the size of this one. Look at the size of that. That is a thick stalk. I wanted to show you the root system that has developed on this tomato plant from my wrapping it around. You can see it's just full. This little ball is just full of roots, but they're not overcrowded. You know, it's not root bound or anything like that. So I'm pretty excited. This is really the first time I've done this. I thought about it last year and then didn't do it. I thought about it, you know, after I'd already planted my tomatoes and stuff. And yeah, this is the first year I tried it. And I am super happy with how successfully it has worked. Anyway, let's get this baby in the ground. And yeah, we'll go from there. And there she is, buried deep again. Something for her to lean against there once she gets a little bit bigger. And look, it's already getting flowers. So, yay! I'm super excited about my tomatoes this year. Survival seeds, go! Rah, rah, rah! The other thing I'm going to be planting in this bed are my kidney beans. And I am going to plant those right now. All the thirsties got a good watering. Watered in those beans really good. My tomatoes over here got some nice water. Everybody should be happy. I also cleaned out that garlic bed. I want to get over there and take a better picture of it. So I cleaned out this garlic bed. Look how scraggly it looks. But I also added some bat guano and some worm castings and gave it a nice good soak because it was pretty dry. And yeah, we'll see. We'll take another picture of it in a couple of weeks. Hopefully it doesn't look quite so scraggly. Here is one of my survival seed pumpkins. You can see I left it out a little bit too much on the first day I put it out. It's got some leaves here that I need to cut off, but it's coming back strong. And I've had it out here in the greenhouse. Today I pulled it out, set it out in the ground. And then here are my peppers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 peppers. I have one more inside that's still in a tiny pot. So it's not It needs to be transplanted. And then here's my poor celery. I don't know if it's gonna make it or not. I should come in here and trim off all this dead stuff. It definitely got too much sun the first day I left it out here. So sad, sad, sad. And then I have this one last tomato that is growing like crazy and putting roots out like crazy. I don't know, there might be too much glare for you to see all the roots along there, but yeah, I think I'm going to give this one to Old Farts. Old Farts, Liz and Peter. I told them I had a tomato for him, and I was just thinking, gosh, I have no idea where to put this tomato. I've planted 3 of them. I've got the one inside, and I really don't need any more. I'm not planning on canning any more salsa or tomatoes this year, so I really only need what we're going to be eating. So yeah, anyway, there's the garden. What am I doing? What are you doing?
I'm jury rigging something.
What are you jury rigging? That looks like a little solar panel.
It is.
What's it? Oh, are those lights?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
They've only been there 2 years.
Oh, have they? In that exact spot?
Yeah.
With that solar panel?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I pay a lot of attention.
Yes.
That's it for today. I need to get a hold of Peter and tell him to come and get this tomato. Look at this cabbage. Now, I don't know. Should I be just eating the leaves? I've been waiting to see if it actually forms a head. I don't know if I should just be eating these cabbage leaves or what. But it's looking good and healthy. It's liking the weather out here for now. I'm going to be getting chamomile flowers. I actually have at least one down there. And I'm going to take, for some reason they scattered into this pot and I just left them, but I'm going to take that pot, and once I get rid of that tomato, I'll clean these weeds out of here. Some of it is already chamomile, but then I'll plant that bucket full of chamomile in here too and just turn this bed into a whole chamomile bed. And yeah, love that forever. Here are my flowers that I started. I've got some dahlias, some marigolds, and some bachelor buttons back there. And they are going to go into my unusual garden container, or weird container gardening. I'll have to look before I put this up and make sure that I am naming it correctly. It's Gail's collaboration that she's had ongoing for years. Gail at Gail Southern Living. I'll leave a link to her channel down in the bottom along with all the survival seed stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those flowers into these bowls, which are actually records that I poured paint on. They've already got a nice drain hole in the middle there, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, so let's get these planted. And there you have them. 4 beautiful plants in 4 beautiful pots. I still have my marigolds over there to do, but those are going to go into my yard, so I'm not going to put them in fancy pots. These, I'm actually going to put them out in the greenhouse for a couple of weeks and let them grow out there, and then I will be taking them to the market with me and trying to sell them. We'll see what happens. And of course, no garden tour would be complete without a look at the indoor garden. So my lettuce is about ready for another cutting. I'll probably come in and do that a little bit later today. Look at here on my little tiny tomato. We've got some flowers there, so that's pretty cool. And then these are the little cucumbers that I started. There's 2 of them there. They'll be moving outside once they get a little bit bigger. The tomato is kind of taking all their sunlight, but I think they're okay. I like them. They're another one of those plants that can get nice and leggy, and you can bury the stalks in, and they'll keep putting out roots. So I don't mind when those kind of plants get a little bit leggy. And that's it. That is my Survival Seed Garden 2025 late April update. And I guess I didn't really mention the weird container gardening a whole lot, but you did see my weird containers that I'm using this year, and I urge you to go and check out the hashtag, check out Gail Southern Living, and check out weird container gardening. You would be amazed at how smart people are and some of the ideas that they come up with to plant things in, and it just goes to show that you can plant seeds in almost anything as long as it's got a place where the water can drain out of it, and it will hold soil, or in some cases water and nutrients. Then you can grow plants. You can grow something that you can eat, and let me tell you, always better fresh from the garden. So thank you to Gail for the weird container gardening, and thanks to Vineyard Chicks, Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, Bushcraft Family, and for putting on the Survival Seeds 2025 collaboration. It's a great collaboration with a whole bunch of wonderful people, and I am blessed to be a part of it. Take really good care of yourself. Oh, and don't forget Anne. Don't forget dear Anne. Anne, my fellow cheerleader, and Trey. But Trey is also a Vineyard Chick, so there's that. Anyway. Take good care of yourself. I will see you soon. Bye now.